more, we'll cross now to Palestinian journalist Shrouq Al Aila in Deir el-Bala, central Gaza Strip. Shrouq, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
So can you tell us more about what the situation has looked like in Gaza since that ceasefire was announced and then confirmed?
Okay, basically, like in the past 2 days when the announcement of the ceasefire occurred, and like we heard about it in the news, like we saw people celebrating in the streets. I'm one of those who celebrated this moment. Like it's been almost 15 months of being under this devastation and this genocide, and to be more accurate in this, that in terms of the feelings of people, they are like having that mix of feelings that that it's been like a long time of being under distraction, and the threat of being losing our lives at any moment, and also losing our beloved ones, homes, our source of income, the security as well, and all of these are just factors to make it more such a burden on us here in Gaza to celebrate, to go for the ultimate celebration actually of the ceasefire. But to be frank in this, like people here, they once they heard the announcement of the ceasefire, they felt that two paradox feelings about being happy and being terrified at the same time. Being happy because it feels like there is an end for this madness to stop, but the other thing that being terrified because since the announcement of the ceasefire here on the ground, we saw nothing until this moment. The attacks are ongoing, the killing is not stopping, and people somehow are terrified to lose their what left of their homes, and also losing their lives in the last very moments of the war here in Gaza. So we can say that like we can feel it when it is the time of the implementation, which is happening tomorrow morning, which is on Sunday. And there's no doubt that people, all of the people here are preparing themselves for this moment, and then we can believe that it is a ceasefire. Otherwise, it's just an announcement.
Shrouk, you said that Gazans, started by celebrating in the streets when this deal was announced. But how do you think that Gazans, starting perhaps with yourself, feel about the details of this deal? Are they happy with it? And then perhaps as a second part to the same question, there's no real political solution in the deal. So what do you think that that means for the future of the Gaza Strip?
Basically, the future is foggy for all of us, for like in terms of the personal side. People even they don't know if we just return, like at this moment we don't know what shall we do in the next, like in the upcoming minutes, for example. That is because, like, especially those displaced people in the south, they when once they return to the north, and those who are returning to the Rafah in the far south of the Gaza Strip, and those who are like returning to the western sides of the Gaza Strip, they believe that when they get back, they gonna find nothing waiting for them in terms of homes. So the most critical part here for the people is the living, basically, not the political issue. Like, and I can measure this from my own perspective as well. Like, what is more important for me to secure a place to sleep in once I return to my home in the north, because like all is gone. So but in terms for the terms of the this ceasefire agreement, we are relieved to know that there are lots of Palestinian prisoners are going to be freed. Like like we have seen this since ages. Like lots of prisoners are in the jail for, and especially those with the sentences of life, those who have never dreamed of the moment to see the sun of freedom. Same goes to their families. So I cannot tell how they feel, how they are counting the remaining minutes about the this moment of freedom. So I can say in general, what is most important for us is just to stop this. This is number one. Like, even though like we believe like we lost our homes, dear ones, the hospitals, the the humane environment here in Gaza as well, like because there is no clean water, there is no medical supplies, there is no education because most of the schools and universities are already destroyed, and it's been like being on hold for 15 months, and having this ceasefire agreement. What's the most important thing here is just to stop this killing machine. This is number one. Otherwise, like people will get back to what left of their cities, and just then they can, predict what they can do. But like in general, like for example, I know nothing about my home, so once I return, I can decide. But now I cannot decide anything because I know nothing about my home, for example. And I'm not alone in this. There are plus 1 million people are, like suffering from the same thing here.
It is.
And also,
So sorry to cut you off, Shrouq. It is indeed unimaginable. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Please continue.
okay, and there is the good thing that people who are stuck outside Gaza because of the borders are already closed, like since the military invasion in Rafah. So the having that, like those patients and those like severe injuries who are in need for immediate medical intervention, they are counting the seconds to just evacuate Gaza for treatment. So it's a relief, like to have this killing stop, and also have a path for those patients and injuries just to leave Gaza for their treatment journey outside, and those who are stuck outside of Gaza to enter Gaza once again to unite with their families.
Shrouq Al Aila, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show today. Here is to hoping indeed that the residents of the Gaza Strip will indeed find peace. The best to you and your family.
Thank you.